Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel.
We are Howard and April with Why Don't We Go?
And in this video, we're going to go over exploring Santorini on your own, which we just did aboard the Enchanted Princess in May of this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, on our Mediterranean cruise. And so we have, Santorini's been one of those bucket list things for us to do. I'm sure as many of you who are going on a Mediterranean and Greek island cruise. So a lot of questions that I've seen on a lot of the chat groups are, do you have to take a cruise excursion? How much does it cost? Can you do it on your own? So that's what we're here to answer for you today.
Stay tuned because here it comes. Okay, so one of the big questions is how are you going to get there quickly, right? Because you're not doing this is all about doing it on your own. So if you're not on a cruise sponsored shore excursion,
Right.
you're taking a tender and you're having to stay in line. Can you get there early enough to make a difference?
And a lot of people have booked an excursion on their own, not through the cruise ship. So whether it's Get Your Guide or Shore Excursion Group or Viator, or maybe they just hired a private car ahead of time in Fira to take them around, you still have to get off of your cruise ship onto the tender boat and to Fira.
Right, which takes a little bit of planning. So for us, we docked at 9, and so they were going to open up the tender tickets I think at 8, and I was down there by 7:30, and I was not the first person in line,
No.
but I think we got tender ticket 4. um but
Actually, I will correct you here. It
okay.
was eight. We were group eight.
Okay.
But our ship happened to call in the bigger ferries, the actual island ferries,
True.
instead of doing our little tender boats. So we would have been the eighth tender boat. I don't know how many they were loading at a time, maybe two or three. But because they called in one of the big ferries, we were on the first ferry.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess good news, bad news. A previous cruise ship had lost their anchor at the normal anchor spot, so they weren't able to anchor there. They would have had to just use their bow thrusters to keep it even. So they actually dropped anchor a little further out and brought the large island ferry. So we actually were on the first boat getting, to your point, to the shore.
Yeah, and one of the lucky things for us is being in Tinder number eight, we were one of the last people to get on that ferry, which means we had to stand the whole time, but it also means we were one of the first people off that ferry,
I
off that ferry.
It
So
all seemed to work out
it did.
in our benefit. But yes, if you're doing this on your own or you have purchased a non ship provided shore excursion, you're going to want to get up pretty early to make sure you get an early ticket number so you can get on one of those earlier ferries. Uh, Here we go. Let's get into the video. This is kind of what the port looks like from the ship, and you can see one of the ferries going in, but there is that zigzag walkway all the way up, and you can walk that
Yes, you can.
or take a donkey, which costs money, or if you're walking, careful for the donkey excrement. But as you see here, there are only 6 gondolas on each side that carry 6 people each. So max 36 up, 36 down, and vice versa. So everyone who is concerned about making sure they can get up that gondola in the appropriate amount of time, that's a valid concern.
It is. So you just want to keep that in mind on your timeline and what you have planned for the day. Doing it on our own, we didn't have to be there any certain time or get up there early. We were lucky that we did, just in the fact that we had we made it to Ia really quickly, and we'll talk about how we did that. But then we didn't have to stand in line to get those iconic pictures.
Most definitely. So here is one of those large ferries we took. The ferry ride took a little bit longer than I think typical ferries, but there was just a whole lot more people on that ferry ride. So we got to see some extra views on there. Ride was super smooth being inside that caldera. The seas are super calm. It was beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was actually a pretty lovely ride in.
Okay, so we made it to the dock, and you're thinking, where's the gondola? It's pretty easy. You follow the crowds to the gondola. I think I moved this. Here you go. And yeah, just follow the crowds.
Yeah, it was really close by, so they're not a far walk once you land there in Old Town Fira there at the dock.
Yep. And you can take a shuttle there from that dock all the way around to
A
Ia.
ferry,
Sorry, a ferry.
ferry shuttle.
There you go. Around to there, and we'll show you where that docks in Ia. But that is an option. We opted to go for a less expensive route and take that gondola ride. And here they are coming down, so you can see those small little gondolas. The views from the gondolas are beautiful. And the big trick there is then you got to find that taxi station, and no one really ever shows you where that is. We've got it here, and it is less than a 10-minute walk to that taxi station or
Yeah,
the bus
the
station.
bus station. Yeah, we did ask a local to point us in the right direction. We just weren't sure which way we were going. We knew that there was a bus that could take us to Ia, but we weren't really sure where. So we just wanted to show it to you guys on the map and so that you don't get lost when you're there.
Yeah, and so I keep on saying it's the taxi because the bus station's right behind that big taxi sign. But the gondola ride, how much was that?
It was $10 per person each way, so $20 round trip.
Yep, 10 euros.
Sorry.
Yep. But yeah, like 11 bucks. And then the bus ride from Fira to
Yeah,
Ia,
I don't know.
uh, is about $2.50. So you're looking at about 20 bucks round trip for the gondola and another five, around 25, 27 bucks
Per
you can
person
per person. You can do this
on your own.
on your own without paying what we would call exorbitant prices from the cruise ships.
Yeah, I don't remember how much it was on our sailing. We tried to look it up now, but we're already off the ship and can't do that. But they had an option, basically, kind of yeah, on your own, where they would take you from the ship, or not the ship, obviously, from Fira to Ia in a bus. But it was
A
um,
whole lot
a
more than
whole lot
25
more.
bucks.
And then you have a timeline that you have to meet for them, where if you're doing it on your own, you can spend as much or as little time in Ia as you want. And then you
Yep.
can come back into Fira and spend as much time there as you want.
Yeah. And the buses, super comfortable. I mean, they were lined up. How many buses were ready to go?
Oh,
There
it
were
was, yeah, there was
about
not a lack of buses.
right. And they were going to be going off every about 15, 20 minutes. The bus ride itself took about 20 to 25 minutes to get there, so not long. Where they drop you off is where they pick you up. And once you're in Ia, the views are phenomenal.
I will say you need to remember to bring some euro kind of coins, because if you need to use the restroom, you're either going to have to be in a restaurant or paying for a meal or something. But I did think, oh, I should use the restroom here when the bus dropped us off in Ia, and it was like €2 per person
To access the
to
door.
access a public bathroom.
Yep.
So I decided to wait till we went to the restaurant.
There. There. But the images you're going to get from Ia are the classic, those blue dome church roofs. You're going to get the windmills. It
Mm-hmm.
is absolutely stunning. We've got some footage of how far away the ship is from there. What do you think of Ia?
It is that kind of, what you expect it to be, that beautiful view. The drive up there, showed me that the island is actually pretty dry and pretty barren as a whole. The views, though, once you're up in Ia, are obviously amazing. And being able to, the cobblestone streets and stairs, it is very much up and down. If you have any knee issues or just stability issues,
Ankle
I
issues?
would be careful because it's a lot of up and down and a lot of walking, and the heat starts pretty early. Gets
Yeah.
intense.
That's a benefit of getting there early is to get before the heat. And then a lot of these locations for those iconic pictures, later in the afternoon, there's just crowds and crowds and crowds. And you actually have to stand in line to be able to get those images. And getting there early, it just makes that whole thing so much easier.
Right.
And can't recommend getting to Ia as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, we were able to get our pictures in and out. We didn't have to stand in line. And then we were able just to walk around and enjoy ourselves for as long as we wanted to be there.
Yeah, and right at the very end, we've got some images of looking down the cliffside to a little harbor, and that's where that ferry from Fira would then drop you off in Ia. And I believe that includes a little shuttle bus ride up, if not you're walking, because that's in a pretty
That was a
intense
steep,
incline as
yeah,
well, just like Fira.
yeah. So, yeah, from there you can walk or I guess get a shuttle from that side on up.
Yep. Once we were there and got our fill of views and pictures, it was time for lunch.
Yeah, so we stopped in a beautiful spot, had a beautiful view of just the Mediterranean.
Oh my gosh, and just relax. We got a bottle of wine, some spicy feta dip. There's a
Kebabs.
kebab and rice and tzatziki sauce. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was a good ending to our little morning there in Ia.
Yeah. We then ended up meeting up the bus, taking it back to Fira, and again, it was around that 250. And in Fira, we ended up getting some gelato.
Yeah, just walked around the little town and, then after that, we headed back to our ship.
Yeah, if you're wanting to do some winery tours and stuff on your own, I'm sure there was definitely hawkers and peddlers trying to sell their wares. You can do all of those things on your own. You don't have to do them through the cruise ship. Just again, be careful. If you're going to do that, I personally would book that ahead of time on one of those sites. Get your guide, Shore Excursions Group, something, Viator.
Or
Uh,
hire yourself a car or a driver that you arrange with exactly what it is you want to do and a price before you agree
yeah,
to
yep, that's just me, how I would do it. You can do it however you want.
go.
But getting off the ship, getting up that gondola, taking that bus ride, it was realistically 25 to $26 per person round trip. Anything else you're going to do, it's going to cost you money, but you can 100% do Santorini on your own.
Yeah, there is no need for a overpriced cruise excursion.
Yep. The trip back was amazing. The ship had moved at this point closer to the dock. And again, it didn't drop anchor at this closer location. It was using its bow thrusters, but it wanted to try to give those larger shuttle ferries a chance to get a mass amount of people at once off. And that was going to be the quickest way to get people to and from the ship.
Yeah. Overall, we had a fabulous day doing it on our own. I think if we went back again, I know I would like to experience other parts of the island. So I might hire a driver to go down to some wineries or to do some of the southern part of the island. But for just kind of doing your first time and experiencing Ia, you can totally do it on your own.
100%. We hope this helped. If you did find this helpful at all, please give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. It means the world to us and our channel. Really appreciate it. If you have thoughts, if you've done this on your own, if you have questions about it, drop some comments down below. We're happy to answer.
Yeah. Until next time.
Take care.